Hi, everyone. This is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and I'm excited to be with you tonight. We're going to be talking about energy portals. I know energy portals are really powerful, and a lot of people don't understand this. So I think that's kind of one of the really, really fun parts about it is learning what they mean and how to work it. Hello, Miss Carmela. How are you doing, Miss Anna? If you are clicking on make sure you let me know that you're joining in. Say hi. I love when y'all say hi and talk to me. We're going to be talking about energy portals. Now, I have known about energy portals for a long period of time, but I didn't always call them energy portals. I call them more like power days because, hey, Miss Gracetta, really power days are kind of like those combination of days like January 1st, February 2nd, March 3rd. All of those are power days, and it really intensifies the power. And then I was doing some studying on this one time, and I was like, wow, other people call them energy portals. And they really do open up this power energy for a lot of us that kind of like an energetic doorway or gateway to kind of expand our consciousness. And this is really a powerful opportunity for us to kind of connect with our higher energies, make shifts and changes to our lives, and also make the most of each portal that works. So literally every day, hey, Miss Tina, hey, Miss Jennifer, every month you have a power day or an energy portal day, and they each have their own energy. And so I'm going to explain all of that. I'm going to explain the importance of the numbers. That's kind of one of the important parts of this is understanding the numbers. And then I'm going to pull some angel cards to get us like a deeper insight. So let's talk about numerology is really important because it's really everywhere in our life. Our cell phone numbers, our addresses, our zip codes, all of that has number power energy connected to it. Anything from 0 to 9, because everything can be really dialed down to that number. So even if you gave me like the number 45, you think, oh, that's not between those two numbers, but you add the 4 and the 5 together, that gives you a 9. And so then whatever that is, like if that's your house number is 45, whatever it is, that's really amplifying that number. And so then you would look up number 9 and kind of find that energy. I do have a very fun video coming out in the next couple of weeks that talks about like your house number, your physical address, and how that can energize things for you and people around you. So that's really like, we're interesting. But every number really kind of reduces down to between two numbers. So it's everything between 0 and 9 are really highly significant. It's like they're symbols in our language, our patterns that we work with, codes that we're talking about. All of this is like our power days. And this really comes open to like opening up to nature, our conscious world, and elevating us into awareness of what we want to change. Our vibration, is this a vibration that matches mine or is it not? And then really our understanding, the level of understanding that you have coming into this. So let's talk about literally just the 10-10 portal, which is in a couple of days. We have October, which is a 10, and then the 10th of October is another 10. So we have a 10-10 portal. So we're going to talk about that first, and then we're going to add the energy from this year. So hold on. Our 10-10 gateway portal will be a transmittable, be transmitting activation codes and really streaming light down into our beautiful planet, waves of energy filled with light codes that may trigger our DNA to kind of activate and really come in and bring in a lot of healing for us. So that's kind of some interesting, like, so we could have some healing, but it doesn't always mean just like, oh, I cut my arm or I fell on my knee when I was a kid or whatever else. It's healing so many other things. It can be healing triggers. It can be old traumas, old abuse that we've suffered at anybody's hand, just kind of allowing that to come up. And then on top of that can also bring in some time for us when we want to activate or really push that energy towards something. Maybe that's a new business or a new relationship. Maybe it's something else that we want to bring in new and fresh and exciting. And we can push this 10-10 energy into that portal of opening it up, open up this gateway so we can bring this in. And like I said, it can also trigger our DNA to kind of really activate and go back to like healed parts of our lives. So kind of like, even though before you, I was telling my class the other night, Tino laugh at this. Literally, I was trying to work on a trick when I was a kid, and I kept falling every week. I scraped my knee. I literally had the worst knees ever. I finally did get the trick, but that's something that can be activated. So it wasn't a trauma or anything else necessarily. It was a trauma because I kept trying to get this trick. And every week when it got better, I would try to do the trick again and I would fall and scrape my knee again. So that is an old trauma that I can work on and heal with this 1010 portal energy. So we have to choose consciously to participate so that we can fully benefit. So it's one of those, it's like you need to commit to it, and then your energy has to commit to it. And the other side is already committed and just kind of waiting for you. It's like, I'm ready to be in a relationship with you and bring some healing, but you have to bring it on the other side as well. So that's really important to kind of bring that from both sides and really committing to that. This can really teach us whether we're truly ready to engage and activate all of this, and kind of move into incredible energies to kind of open us up for this special day. Now, I will tell you, kind of one of the fun things is our sun is in the sign of Libra, and Libra is all about balance and relationships. And so when you reduce a single digit number down to like 1 and 0, that 10, it amplifies the energy and attributes so much profound energy into this area. So the number 10 or 1 is extra vitality and into our vibrations, our leaderships, our optimism, our confidence in our creative power. This also symbolizes wholeness as we combine the pillar and the circle together, kind of like the pillar, the 1, and the circle, the 0, kind of, it brings in the masculine and feminine properties of both sides. So the 1010 day is really a perfect day to trust and have faith. Our creative potential is coming in. Thanks. Carmela's telling me I have cute hair. So I know. I really always try to have cute hair. I love the energy of bringing in the availability of energy to manifest on this day. So what are you ready to manifest on October 10th? What is it that you're really ready to commit to in this energy? So there are some other energies. Like I said, Libra is one of them that's kind of bringing in this new balance and harmony. And our Libra, our new moon, is in the sign of Libra, and Libra really offers us a perfect balance. So between the masculine and the feminine energies, the give and the take with things. So it's kind of like back and forth, kind of that energy. What are you ready to give or receive in that energy? That's really what masculine and feminine energy is that combination. So what are you ready to gift to someone else and receive? So what are you ready to gift and what are you ready to receive in this energy? This is a really great time to move forward. So our 1010 portal kicks off 10 days, because we have the 10th, 10 days of this kind of galactic kind of activation of this portal. And so really from October 10th through October 20th, we can expect some major upgrades in our energy. You may also get a psychic download during this time frame. So kind of getting energy of like, oh my gosh, you should be doing this. And you're like, wow, of course I should be doing that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't think about it myself, and go and take care of it. You may also get like insight of, I need to take care of this, or I need to do this. You're going to just like be popping with that energy of like, what do I require taking care of at this time? It's really important. Because also we've got our full moon in the sign of Aries, which is all about things maybe like letting go of. Like, what are you ready to release or let go of and move into something else? You cannot force someone to resonate with your energy. Either they do or they don't. But I will guarantee you there's a lot of growth in the last few years. So a lot of times people are like, oh, their energy is too low for mine or whatever else. I guarantee you there has been a lot of people upgrading things that you would not ever imagine. Hi, Miss Rebecca. How are you doing? Are you seeing events clearly? It's something that you really want to start asking yourself. Am I seeing this event in the right attitude or the right energy, or this situation really clear? Am I getting all sides of it so I know exactly what I need to be asking for? Because if not, it's kind of like putting a cake together, but you don't know what you're missing. If you've made cakes before, you're kind of like, okay, now it's time to put in the eggs, butter, whatever, oil, whatever it is. So if you know exactly the way you want this to look out and exactly the way you want someone to see this, that's what you want to put into this energy. I will also tell you, be really truthful with yourself. This is about keeping you, what's keeping you from your dream life. Hey, Miss Tamika, what is keeping you from that? And I will guarantee you, almost for most of you, the one thing that's keeping you from your dream life are your words. So many times people will tell me, like, I want this to happen, or I want that to happen, or I want this to come through, and I want that to come through, and this sort of thing. And then they'll be like, my classic is, I was talking to a client and she's talking about a relationship, and I was like, well, that's coming up and this is coming in, and you have some things from your old relationship to get rid of. And then as we're like leaving the room, finished with her reading, she comes in and says, well, all men cheat. All that energy falls apart because her mental ideas are, men always cheat. So why do you want to have a relationship with someone if you think they all cheat? It's one of those, that's the crazy part. So thinking about it, every time you see something that combats what you're saying, into something not true, you may see even like someone who you'd be like, I'm never going to be in a relationship. This is my brother. You can say, my brother doesn't cheat. So when you say that, you've already combated or kind of fought off that energy of all men cheat. You can say, well, this person doesn't cheat, or that person doesn't cheat. So then you can say, so I know there are some great men out there that do not cheat. And so that's what I want. That's the energy that you want to bring forward. That's kind of that energy of kind of like, where are we going with this? And with this full moon in Aries, it's really time to take back that energy and upgrades and change your words. You may have to kind of upgrade some of your words. Sometimes there's things that we need to get rid of in our life. Sometimes there's people that are really, really, really negative in our lives, and we realize, like, I don't like being around that person because she's so negative or he's so negative. Yet at the same time, we keep inviting them over, or we keep bringing them back into our lives. And what we're doing is re-inviting that negative energy over and over again, or going to events or situations that are not healthy for you. What are the events and situations that you're going through in your life that aren't healthy for you? I have many, many clients that are like, as we get closer to the holiday season, like November and December, they're like, oh my gosh, you don't understand how crazy my family is and I don't want to be around them. Then don't go. But if you feel like you have to go, make sure some things that you can get out of, or you can leave. If something happens, you can be like, okay, I'm out of here. Make sure that your car isn't the first one in the driveway, so you have to ask everybody else to move so you can get out of the way. Park down the street, park around the corner, so that when you're ready to walk out, you're ready to walk out. When you've had enough, you can let this go. So the other part of this is kind of one of those interesting energies. One of the other alignments, not only do we have our full moon in Aries coming up, but we also, on the 10th, we also have an alignment between our full moon and the asteroid Chiron. So the Chiron is really considered the wounded healer. And so there may be some wounds that are coming up. Some of our wounds kind of leave scars, literally scars on our body. But there are a lot of wounds that are on the inside. And those are usually the ones that are more hard or harder to get rid of. But there's a way that you're going to be able to walk through some of this. And it's, how much are you willing to release? How much negative energy are you willing to release with this amazing energy coming in, with our 1010 portal, with our full moon in Aries, with Chiron kind of blessing all of this and kind of bringing in that healing energy? How much are you willing to get rid of, or how much are you willing to let go of at this time? Releasing negative energies that you have attached to your wound doesn't mean that you've forgiven the person. It means that you're not holding the energy any longer. The wound is still there. You may never trust the person again, and that's completely okay. But one of the things I will tell you is let go of the negative energy inside of it, because otherwise you're always holding that negative energy in that space for them. So that's one of the important parts about it, is make sure that you're letting go of that negative energy. And I know a couple of y'all personally, so I know that y'all have some negative energy in your past, or negative people that bring in negative energy, that kind of almost like put your energy down, or kind of suppress your energy so that you feel overwhelmed. And then it's one of those, like, I really can't do anything with this. I feel like I'm just being smushed down with this energy over and over again. So this is kind of that energy to talk about. Talk it out, release it, let it go. Oh, much better. I know many of us have super deep traumas. That's what I'm talking about, that you think like they will never release. If you keep up the comment, that negative comment, they'll never release. They never will, because you're telling them don't release. Yet you have the power to give it the energy to let go. You're not forgiving the person. You're not anything else. You're just releasing the energy attached to it. And that's the important part. If you choose to do the work it as much as you possibly can. Don't kind of do it halfway and then stop or anything else. Completely clear it out. That's really important. Also, our full moon in Aries really kind of gets us ready for our Scorpio solar eclipse that we'll be having October 25th. Our next kind of chapter starts with that eclipse energy. Eclipse energy, it has amazing things. And I will be doing a Thursday Night Live to kind of get you ready for that part a couple of days in advance. Our next chapter is waiting for us. Like, aren't you ready for the next chapter? Aren't you ready to move on and move forward in life? Aren't you ready to keep going? That's the fun part. Hey, how are you doing? This is the fun part for most people, is when our moon aligns with Venus, we will be kind of really focusing around that same time, that 25th. We may be really thinking about like love. Venus kind of just brings up that idea of love for a lot of us. So this is something that we are going to be ready for all around that same time. It's like, here we go with this amazing energy. Our 10-10 portal is huge. The energies will last like a 10-day window. So make sure you are ready to move into this energy. Make sure that you're ready to move into new choices and upgrading your energy and letting go of anything negative, anything how we do this. It's like, let it go, because we want to be ready for that Scorpio eclipse coming in on the 25th. So we are completely ready to go that. So if you have any questions about what we talked about so far, send me your questions. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about kind of like, what should you do? How do you kind of connect with this energy? Kind of the step one is kind of identifying what's holding you back. Like I said, and look in different areas of your life. What's holding you back in your personal life or your love life? Sorry, may not be the same thing that's holding you back in your career. So, or with your family. So kind of identifying each of those pieces and identifying what's holding you back in the different areas, and work on those pieces. Identify each of those pieces and be ready to move forward. And kind of like, what is the dream life that you're ready to bring forward? And as you think about it, what are the feelings that are coming up? Well, I'm not smart enough for this. I had a client that told me that the other day. She was like, I want to start my own business, but I don't know how to do my taxes. And I said, so you've had this business in your mind for so long, but you're afraid to do your taxes? Really? Because I don't do my taxes. I pay someone else to do my taxes, someone who specializes in that. That's their forte. That's what they love to do. Not my job. You don't have to be able to do everything 100%. It's kind of that fun part. Like, you get to do the fun part, and someone else gets to take care of the taxes and making sure that that's all running right. That's a really great part, is kind of like, where is your inner dialogue that's holding you back? Where are your limiting words and your phrases that keep repeating and connecting you into negative energy? And let those go so you can start moving into your healing journey quickly. What restrictions what restricting words are you using to describe a relationship or a business transaction or anything else? Kind of so many times people are like, I can't do this or I can't do this part or whatever else. Like, yeah, you should open a business, something that you really love and have an interest in. Don't start a business you don't have an interest in. If I had a client a couple of years ago that wanted to start a dog grooming business. It was great. Yet she has no idea how to groom a dog. That doesn't work. You need to be able to be trained. So I was like, go and get training in that area so then you can train the other people you work with and run this as a business. So that's kind of the fun, interesting part. The next one is kind of letting go of old ideas and old beliefs. So many times there are things that we've picked up from other people that really stay around with us and really kind of hold in our patterns. And one of the ones I really love to talk about is when your parents taught you when you were a kid not to run across the street, look, stop, look both ways, that sort of thing. There was a reason why they taught you this. There's a reason why they taught you the freeway is something you shouldn't walk over. There's reasons why you shouldn't try to walk across a highway. There was a reason for it. It may not be a reason now, but there was at the time. So make sure that you're really upgrading your terminology and your words, because if there's something that's holding you back, a lot of times look at it. Who gave you this information and why did they give you this information? Because if your parents have things that withhold them from what their dream life is, then you may have those same ones in your life as well. So that's one of those like, what would I like to change? Or what are the things that I've kind of upgraded and know that I can change and modify? That's a really powerful one. There are a couple of stones that I would say are really important when you're really doing kind of looking at these ideas. I will tell people kind of pulling all of this energy together, manifest a quiet place, wherever that is for you, whatever that is, placing crystals around it or stones. One of the stones I really love when I do something like this or releasing one is aquamarine. It's all about releasing energy. And then quartz crystals are one of my absolute favorites. And if you've been around my house, you know I have like lots of them. I love quartz crystals. So that's kind of one of those interesting energies is having those around your space and releasing that energy. Visualize this 10-10 energy flowing down into your space and flowing down into you as you are ready to kind of make these upgrades. This is a great time to do different types of meditations, healing meditations, releasing meditations. These are the really fun ones to do at this time to kind of really amplify that energy. And even if you don't know how to meditate, just breathing in and out and visualizing what you want can bring that energy into you a lot faster. I will tell you, one of the secrets to kind of meditating and kind of releasing a lot of things is drink lots of water. Lemon water is best to kind of help activate your system to kind of help release and let go of things. One of the other ones is taking some time to ground. I think grounding is something that a lot of people don't do. And especially in that 10-10 energy, I wouldn't ground every day, but I would ground probably the first day and probably the last day to kind of ground that energy in. The other one is I love angel cards. Sometimes angel cards can give you a really amazing insight into things. If you're kind of like, I'm not sure what else I need to look at or what else I need to do or something else that I need to take care of, angel cards can give you that insight. So let me pull a couple of angel cards for us. Like I said, if y'all have any questions, make sure that you are asking me. I will answer them the best of my abilities. My first card is answered prayers. What we're talking about right now, releasing and opening up into this 10-10 energy is something that you have prayed about. This has been something that you've been praying about for a long time, to release this old energy and to move forward. And so this is your opportunity, like, wow, exactly what I asked for is right here, right now, and ready to move forward. Amazing. Healing. Chiron brings in amazing healing energy to help us kind of release those old wounds, those old negative ideas, or those old negative energies that we've kind of been carrying around for a long period of time. And it's time to let it go. It's totally time to let this go. Next, abundance. When you release a lot of negative energy, what you really do is open up your arms energetically and be open to new abundances. And abundance can be so many other things. And I think people always look at as abundance as money. It can be money, but it can be other things as too. Maybe abundance of help, or people to support you, or new people to come in and support your ideas, or upgrading their energy. Having someone who has an abundance of positive energy in your life can be amazing and can really help set the stage for this. Meditation is something that I would say doing a little bit each day during this 10 days is going to bring you a lot of easy energy, a lot of energy of just, I'm relaxing in this, and visualizing what you desire to bring into your world. What is it that you're ready to bring into your world? First, think about what you're releasing, and then what you're ready to bring into. That can be really fun. Divine timing. This is coming at the perfect time. Our full moon in the sign of Aries is completely lined up with so many other planets. It's in conjunction with Chiron to bring in more healing, that deep wounded child energy coming in. It's opening up at the end of this to kind of really activate our desire to bring in new love. But you can't bring in new love if you're holding old resentments to your old love. We got to let all of that go, so we're ready to open up and move into this new healing energy. That's the important part. Oh, this card is really popping. Okay, this one is miracles. We have miracles around us every day. And a lot of times people are like, we really don't have that many miracles. Yes, we do, but you have to open your eyes and be ready for them. So many times people are like, oh, it really doesn't happen. Well, if you just said it doesn't happen, now you're not open to it, and it doesn't happen for you. It happens for someone else. Here we go. One more. Freedom. We all have the freedom to choose whatever type of life we want. What is the life that you're choosing to have? I will tell you, one of the things that I was talking to someone a couple of weeks ago, and I said, as a child, I could never imagine how amazing my life is now compared to what I grew up in, how amazing my life is. And we all have that freedom to make choices, to upgrade, to change our history, to change our family. We all have those choices. What are you going to choose? You have the freedom to choose anything you want. What are you going to choose? What is the freedom you're going to choose in this? Where do you want to go with that energy? Amazing. Okay, our last card is all about nature. Like I said, grounding is one of the most positive things that you can do. You don't need to do it all the time. You don't need to do it every day. But I would say grounding on the 10th, and then re-grounding on October 20th to really balance your energy on both of those would be a really great one. It doesn't have to be grounding for hours and hours. It could be a good 5 or 10 minute one. That energy is very powerful to kind of bring us into that root energy, to kind of calm us down. What do we want to do? That's kind of the fun part of this. Like, what do you want to bring into you? What is this new positive energy that you want to bring into you? That's the fun part. I thank you all so much for joining me this evening, and I know that we'll be talking again soon. Have a great night.